join. Hi. Hi, Hope. Have I let Discord know? No, but it was taking a minute to load, so I'm doing it now. Okay. So, I will say it's fine. We're gonna wait. Hello. Happy Thursday night. This is for the Definitely Readers Book Club discussion about the last 5 chapters of The Right Sign by Nia Arthurs. It's almost the last day of February, but it's fine. Anyway, so we're finishing the discussion tonight. My name is KT James, and then we have Desiree, Desi, from Definitely Novel Life, and we co-host Definitely Readers Book Club every month, every week, honestly. Yeah. Anyway, so I am hard of hearing. I have hearing aids. I am simcomming and voice interpreting for Desi. Hello. Anyways, I realized today I did not add my notes in Discord. So if you're not on Discord, if you're not in the group in the book club, we'd be happy to have you join us. We have a website. It's DEAFinitely Readers.com. Or you can find it. Both of our bios have the links, so you can go and find us there. We're on Fable and Discord with the same name. So that. We have picked. Hi, Hope. I'm good. I'm just tired. Same. I will say the last week, maybe almost 2 weeks, I feel like I'm struggling a little bit more with mental health. Been a little bit depressed. So that, and yesterday I fell asleep eating. So that was fun. And Desi was happy to move the day, so thank you, Desi. Anyway, and honestly, after we were texting, I was like, perfect, fine, that's great with me. You go rest, go. It's important to rest, go. One more day is fine. And then I just changed my shirt, and I had a nice shirt on, and I changed it, and I went back to the couch. About 20-30 minutes later, boom, and I crashed. And I was like, and I woke up after midnight. So I guess both of us were just tired. Yeah. So I did read. I said I didn't add my notes, and I didn't. Honestly, I forgot, but I did read. Okay, I have a few things to say about the ending. I did some notes, but right now I forgot what I said. I will have to look. Um, Desi, do you want to catch everybody with the right sign, like what we've read so far? So last week we were at the part where uh, they confronted Henry. Yeah. And Henry was trying to win her back. He's her friend. He told her, "I'm in love with you," and she was like, "What? Really? I didn't see you. I see you like a brother." Ah, I love him. Well, you shouldn't have come with me then. And he walked away. And I was like, really? Yeah. June, the girl. Um, June was the girl who is before the story. She was a stalker. Well, you didn't realize until then, because before that they met at the coffee shop, and Yaya helped her with the worker, the barista. And after that, she was obsessed with Yaya and wanted to help her and everything. So it was okay. And she was there, and she told him, "Henry, what are you doing?" Um, and then right after that, I think at the yes, so at the end, Dare, she meets Dare for coffee, and he rips the contract. Yes. So the contract, he was very immature. um, and he didn't give her a chance to talk. Just, I assumed that he misunderstood. And then for her, "Oh, okay, fine. Not my business." And she just walked out. But she should have said, "Hey, I didn't leave you for him." But she just let him assume. Yeah, yeah. It was very frustrating. Heather, that was funny. Um, yes. Very peopled out. Yeah, yeah. Heather said she would accidentally stalk someone like June did. What was the sign for stalk? So interesting. A book I was reading. It's just a easy read book, and I just needed something simple. Anyway, not the point. At the end, the author's note said, uh, "Stalk me," and like where to find her. Instead of like "follow me," it said "stalk me." No, 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 not this author. No, 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 a different book I read. It was funny. Um, okay, so that was where we left it. And then, of course, Yaya is upset. She's crying. And like she's talking with her sister about it. And then she finds out that the farmhouse ladies have a group text, and she feels alone. Like she feels like left out, that she isn't a part of that. And so finally they add her. I did like that they have different like chats, like emergency. They have, emergency. They have Friday night or something. Like they just have different, yeah. Okay. Um, and I'm curious how, because I would assume that they have like a group me that has different lists, right? Because otherwise, how if they don't all have the same kind of phone? Okay, I guess I'm like trying to figure out something that doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay. It's something like, huh? I wonder how that conversation, like how it would work, because we don't really have a lot of deaf friends. Well, no. It's more like on an iPhone or like an Android, you can't name the groups. Like sometimes you can if they all have the same kind of phone. But like GroupMe, the app, you can have different names and groups, right? So I'm a book club, book retreat, yeah. So I'm assuming it's that, like it's on an app. It's not a normal text message, but it just got it made me curious about that. Anyway, okay. So do. Yes. Funny. I chapter 20, the chaotic group text. Yeah. Oh, her mom. Mhm. It took her to Dare's house. No. It's Dare's house. Lucy was there to see Talia and for her to find Dare because he blocked her on social media. And it was funny because they said the social media diss, you know, like where the person like blocks them, and it's so immature. You know, when I read it the first time, I don't like I felt like, oh, why did he act that way? But I didn't feel like it was really immature. And now I'm reading it again and I'm like, what? Okay, you're how old? Because I think he's supposed to be like in his 40s, right? Because she's around like 25 and he said he's like 10, 14 years older. So I think he's like in his 40s. And I'm like, you're gonna really be that immature? Like, I understand that, but block, and whatever. Okay, so I like her mom. What her mom said. Whatever happens between you and Dare, it's your business. I will give you space in the world to process that. That's really sweet. Yeah. I think I did that quote too. Hmm. And she also mentioned that Talia should give her Talia, I will go with you. Um, and she said Talia, well, yeah, left quickly, and yeah, Talia disappeared quickly, and she appeared quickly, and I'm not okay with that. Yeah. And so they went together and to Dare's place, found out he was moving. Lucy was. And first she knocked and, what do you want? Ah. trying to make her feel bad. Dare is so depressed and all of this, and it's just like, well, she really didn't like let um Yaya speak. Like she just like continued to just and I'm like, just let her have a minute. You can see that she's emotional too. Or are you that clueless? Really? Now, I said this. Dare blocked her, and then he's gonna move. That's so immature when he wouldn't let her speak at the coffee shop, and then now this. Yeah. But Yaya is still persevering. Yeah, she's persevering. And she has did things for him, like she supported him through social media. So I, I have feelings about that. So I understand that she's supporting him in his work and trying to make his life easier since like he had a lot of negative attention because of what happened with her and the modeling and the the fashion thing. Like I understand why she's trying to help, but honestly, I really don't think what she did would actually help because she's not a big name. So she's on social media, yes, but if they're in the negative, like the press with like news and that kind of thing, that's like reporters like live, and it's like newspapers. It's not really Instagram, TikTok, like social media kind of thing. So maybe she could help some, but to completely change people's minds, she wouldn't really be changing people's minds because they're not focusing on Dare. Instead, she's just trying to hide the negative. I just I felt like I understood what she was doing or trying to do, but at the same time, wouldn't really happen that way. Like, not really. I don't typically think that she's hiding it. Dare is hiding. Yeah. No, 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 no. Not hiding who she is, but she's trying to hide the negative like press that Dare is getting, and what she's doing would not really help that much. And it seems like they're like, oh, she did an amazing job. She like saved your company and made that person stop going, like trying to do the negative. And I'm like, yeah, just a little bit, like a little bit. Yeah. I just felt like I understand what she's doing. I think the watch, like where she's tapping the watch, was probably the best idea. Um, I felt like honestly she could have reached out a different way too. I don't know. It felt like just doing that social media support, He seemed like he blocked her on everything. But if she had contact with Mosley, yes, she did. No, 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 no. She had, because she contacted him about meeting after for the car and for like going to the place. Like, she had the number. And then also she was with his niece, with Talia, like a few times. Like, and he called her. She was at the same time. Why did she not get in there and like, he didn't want to see. Okay, but that's when he's immature. And like, anyway. um 1 minute. I have a page. One. So like, yeah, most, like you said, Mosley texted her, I saw what you did on social media. Yeah, and got her attention, but we'll be there. You'll have one chance. Yeah. Um. Oh, Uruguay. Uruguay. Yeah. So I think that was. I feel like that was maybe a few days. No, it was longer. It was like 2, 3 weeks. Yeah, because he was on a flight for, so she was crying. It said for a few days. So I would assume 3, 4 days she's crying in her room. And then she went to the house and found out. But I think if I remember correctly, I think they said it was in the month they would have the runway, like the modeling. So it was in that same month, so like 2, 3 weeks. And then after that, I would assume it was about a day after that, because he flew immediately there. So she just had to get on a plane when she didn't see him at the runway. True. Hope said that she was thinking about the weight that he lost. It made me think it was a little bit longer. It was like, it was probably 3 weeks, maybe a month, or more than that. It was a few weeks. Hang on, 1 minute. Oh, okay, 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 okay. You talk and then I will. Oh no, I found what I wanted to say. Oh, okay. So this frustrated me, and honestly, I feel like, did it happen in Quiet Beautiful Things? Uh, Yaya voiced to him instead, like when she met him there, she said, yes. So when they were in the country and she met him there and she said, I love you. Um, what'd she say? if you still love me to sign here. And I'm like, the whole time she did not voice. Why now? And then, but at the same time, she gave him a letter that explained what happened, which means he's not fluent enough still to have a full conversation in ASL. Because, well, like, okay, two things. First, sometimes when, for me, I will speak without thinking. Oh, I speak, but maybe is that for more for her to grab his attention? I think it was on purpose. Like she specifically spoke because if you remember, she voiced a little bit, but at the very beginning, and then after that, she refused to voice because she said sign language is her language, not voicing. Um, what was the second thing? What was the second? You said first, sometimes you voice like not like thinking about it. And then second, is it about the letter? Like giving like that much information, detailed explained? Like she made him read it instead of signing and trying to. So that part, I think the author herself was trying to do like at the beginning of the book. The notes, the contract, but when you said that he did not still fluent, okay. So you have to think, remember, they're both broke up. He stopped signing. Did he? Because if I remember right, he went to the school, to Talia's school, and told the principal that no, you can't build a like, I don't know, sports thing. You have to use it for ASL class for teaching. So, you know, he still seems like he's maybe not like practicing every day, but he's still interested in still trying because he wants her back. I don't know. I just felt like if you're gonna have her voice, why are you also making her give him a letter that explains everything? I felt like it was like a step back on what they were doing because he's fluent enough. I still don't feel like they really had a lot of communication before that because I don't know. I don't know. Okay, Hope, yeah. Or Heather. That makes sense. I thought the same. Hey, pay attention. Yeah. Okay, I mean, I understand that. I just felt like I wish it had not happened. And I wish that they had like sat down and like she really explained it not through a letter because I felt like that was just wanted to get to the kissing part. I get that. Maybe that is better for her. Say, hey, I have a paper here. I'm gonna sign to you. Yeah. She didn't even say that. Yeah, she could have said that. That would have felt better if it had done that way. So I'm gonna sign it, but at the same time, if you want to make sure you don't misunderstand, here's a letter. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So before we get deep into that part, let's go back. After the runway, she set up everything, getting perfect, and but Dare didn't see the whole thing. So she had the watch and everything, and he was trying to get her attention, and no. And so she decided to fly to after him to Uruguay. I don't know how you say it honestly. So how did she get his attention? So smashing the car. I I think my favorite part, well, honestly, maybe even my favorite character in the book is Mosley. He is stressed out. I have a cat at home. I want to go home to pet my cat. I don't want to deal with this. But this the character itself was I felt like he was well written. I really liked him. Also, I did really enjoy like Deej. Um, I felt like, and then I felt like the growth in Talia was good too. Yeah, Mosley's the best wingman. Yeah. Um. So remember, Dare has not eaten well. He is losing weight. She was just like, "What the fuck? What? Am I hallucinating? Yaya is here? What?" And so he felt like he was about to pass out. He had not eaten. And so he, and what are you doing here? And I forgot what was the first thing he told her, but um, they met and then, no, they went to the restaurant. Well, the kiss with the police there was funny. Um, hang on. He's talking. I'll take care of it. Hang on. Yeah. Well, he used his money again, but it was okay. That was a funny part, you know. Yaya didn't notice the cops because she didn't hear, and she was just kissing. Um, and then they go to the restaurant to get him food. He's like, "Hang on one second over there," and she goes, and he's talking, yeah. She didn't want to go to prison in another country. Zach and Cody. Yes, Mr. Mosley. I thought the same thing. Mosby. Oh, Mr. Mosby. Yeah, yeah. It's funny. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Um, they go to the restaurant. I did comment that after the car situation said it's just like that. They gave him the paper and told him that she loved him and he loved you, and that's it. There's no explanation, no trying to fix misunderstanding. Just said, I love you, I love you. Okay, then. Well, that's when she gave him, oh wait. No, it was just a contract. You're right. I thought she gave him an explanation of everything. Oh, I misunderstood. Like I knew she gave him a contract to say like sign here, and then the next chapter it explains the contract a little bit more. Why do they have that in there is not needed, but fine. And I will be honest. So we go to the restaurant, they get some food, and then they take the food back to the room. But honestly, I kind of feel like I don't think that part was needed. I just felt like I know it's a romance book, and that's fine. Like open, sex scenes, fine. Whatever. Closed door, fine. I just felt like there was no resolution to everything. There was still the misunderstanding, like Desi said. There's still up in the air. And that's why I was like, what? You modeling show and you flew and then you said, I love you, I love you. No, my mind, I was like, if I'm flying to meet you and say, hey, get your attention, I love you, you asshole. Why won't you talk to me? Whoa, okay. And then why don't you leave me for Henry? No, I didn't. And then that should be the arguing. Yes, yes, yes. That. It just felt weak. Yes. Just be like, hey, it's, and honestly, I need more, yeah, and honestly, with how expressive and like big arguments get, like with deaf people, why? Why is it just a simple, let's smash your car? But not really, because it wasn't the same kind of car, it was a fake, right? Hope said the relationship seems surface level, all about passion, is so fast. Yeah, it's not deep. All lust. And you know, I like this is our reread, right? And yes, it's an easy read. It's not hard. It's very simple. We enjoyed it for the deaf representation, which is still good. There's things now that I realize, but it's still an okay, good representation. It's fine. But now that I'm reading it again, I'm just like, oh, that's very, very surface. And it's all about the lust from the very beginning, like the captivation, like when he saw her, and then the contract because he wants to fake date because he just needs to be around her. And then she's obsessed with his mouth, like with his mouth and that kind of thing. And that was like the second or third chapter. It just popped something in my mind. I need to write this down for my future book. I will say, like, lip reading can make or break a relationship. I'm gonna put that back into mind, yeah. Because really, I mean, really, yeah. Ew, if you have a mustache or something, like, yeah. Okay, so to keep deviating, it's funny. My husband has a beard, and he always has to like trim so I can keep reading his. I just think it's funny you said that. So so my artist teacher in college had like a big beard with mustache and it was over his lips. So if the interpreter can't make it and show up, it's fine. It's very chill class. There's not really like a lecture or anything, but if he was one on one with me and he was discussing about my project and he would hold it up, can you read my lips? I was like, not really. Is it too long? Yes. Oh, what? I think your project is good. We're gonna work on this. Okay. Do you mind like trimming? Oh, okay. And the next day, he trimmed it. Aw, that's sweet. Is that better? That's sweet. Most professors wouldn't really do that. That's nice. But yeah, he's a cool guy. Yes. So it's probably once a week. I had to be like, I don't remind him now, but before I had to remind him, please, a little bit, because he's had a beard since we met. So Oh, but you know the interesting thing is our wedding day. He was clean. There's no beard. It's weird. Okay. I missed. Oh, yeah, nothing about the background. You really, and you don't know her true name. You only know the name that she's using for modeling, which I think's a little bit weird. Like, I understand that that's her profession, but this book is not about her modeling life. It's about her real life. Did she change her name legally? Yeah. Um, when they're like saying, I love you, blah, 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 they go up to the room, blah, blah, blah. It's not necessary. Description. Did you notice? Did you notice? They're talking about her hearing aids jostling in that scene. Jostling. When they're like, they're like, yes, yeah, lose the one on her, yeah, neck. And I'm like, take them off. And I was just like, take them off. I'm sorry. This part is just funny to me because okay, so if you remember in every wrong you right, they talked about having the hearing aids in bed too, and I'm like, no. Yeah, I remember that. Anyway, I didn't notice that before, but this time I was like, okay, as soon as she felt that, it should have said, and I removed my hearing aids. Okay, I thought that was funny. I mean, who wears hearing aids during sexy time? Not me. Boo! I take them off. I don't need to hear. Let's move on. Okay, so I am curious. I'm curious if you're hard of hearing or deaf or have hearing aids or whatever or glasses. I'm really curious. Do people actually like have them on? Because my glasses too. I'm curious. Anyone? I mean, I don't wear them often, and I don't need to hear things that when we're doing. I know you don't. You're breathing in my ear. Stop. Stop. Yeah. Okay. So I did feel that it went from surface relationship just starting to I love you, I love you, I love you. And this felt fake. Yeah. Okay. I can I can say yes to that too. And I can also say I've almost broken glasses before because I forgot that I laid them down. No, because I just take them off. I put them on the chair or whatever, and I forgot about it. And then I can't see after that. Oh yeah, like the grandma little lanyards. Yeah. Oh no! Hey, 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 hey! Ryan and Rose. Ryan and Rose. Ryan and Rose lanyard. This is a baby company that we both used, and both of us were a little bit obsessed with for a long time. Uh, we made a marketing video for that. Remember? It was funny. It was funny. Desi found it recently, and it was so awkward. It was when we really first started. Hey, guess what? We first started making like social media videos because I don't remember making anything before that. And like, it's a reel. Like, we tried to make a reel, but it's really bad. A magnetic caddy on my headboard. Oh, that's cool. 2 months. Wait. Worse. My blue light glasses that I was needing for work, because most of my glasses are not blue light too, because it has a different color, like with like pictures or like in person, and I don't like I don't like the feeling. So I have some specifically for work, like on the computer. Um, and they're my favorites. No lie. I really think it was over a year, because I got some new ones for the next Christmas because I wanted some. And then maybe a month later after Christmas, found them. That's universal, typical. You lose something, oh, and you buy it again, and then you find it. Yeah. Not the same one, because they didn't have that specific frame. I couldn't find it, but a similar one. And then I found it in the stupidest place. My work desk. Yeah, where I sit every day. No, it was in a drawer, and I used that drawer and I cleaned it out, and then I didn't realize that I added things back. Anyway, like, I searched in there for months. Yeah, that was funny. My coworker, I remember that. Yep, yep, yep. In the stupidest place. Anyway, hi, Tia. Hi, Katie. Yes. So funny, we were discussing recently a few minutes ago about communication and misunderstandings. And so this quote I like, but it's funny, it's a conflict. It doesn't make sense. It says, communication is hard enough to take two between two people to speaking the same language. We don't. What if we have more and bigger misunderstandings in the future? Love alone will not always be enough. It's the same one I have. And I'm like, okay. Okay. So we all know it was more of lust. Not really love, but they go home. So honestly, I kind of felt like it could have just ended there, because it continued, and then she started feeling alone, and Dare didn't have enough time for her, and she felt very whiny. about it. And he was planning something. Yeah, she didn't have to work. Like, she felt like all of this and it just decrease, like it's up and down. Yeah. And I understand that he's planning something special to ask her to marry. And I'm like, already? Really? Now? And I think he said it's been a few months or something. I'm happy you did too, Tia. Other same. Um, so there are some things that was sweet, like Dare made sure she was comfortable, not at the hospital, at the hotel, not the hospital, the hotel, whatever they're staying at, to make sure she had a bonnet. Yeah. So that was sweet. One thing that bothered me while after they had the sexy time, he called uh, uh, Deej in the middle of the night to ask her a question about her voice, her throat, or Athena. Athena. A little bit weird. Why would you call that? Okay, so I can understand that because Athena has been who his teacher, who he's been working with to learn ASL. And he knows that she's like in the middle of the deaf community and could answer the question. Yeah, but that was a little bit weird. I mean, yes, but a lot of the book has been a little bit weird. Can you imagine your boyfriend, your hearing boyfriend calling in the middle of the night? Yaya was asleep. Her throat is hurting because she used her voice a lot. Because she was moaning. I'm not gonna make that sound. While asking a personal question. I don't think he really said it that way. I think he more just like asked if she uses her voice, will it hurt? Yes. And like Athena understands what's happening. He had implied in the book. And she was like, oh, yeah, it's stupid. Oh, yeah, common sense. That sometimes if I am voice off, I still hurts because I'm mumbling. It's common sense because it's dry air is coming in. And sometimes I'm drinking. It is very much common sense. It should, again, there are things in the book that are just weird. Okay. Um, I did okay, so one thing I did like he said, I will I will always be facing you. Always be watching you. That was really sweet, but I don't know if you remember. I was always be facing you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I did. And then later he said it again, and it was just a romantic, normal way. Yes, yes. This was the second time, not the first time. And then he said, your eyes will let me know what you like, but you can tell me in other ways too. Talk to me in whatever language you want, and I'll listen. So I thought that part was sweet. I also liked later they're talking about kids, what language they will learn, right? Or is that a different book? I feel like maybe I'm mixing my books if they have deaf kids. No, not really deaf kids. It's more like when they have kids, they will be using sign too. Signing and speaking. Right? Is this in this book? Or is this a different book? No. It's in this book. Okay. I feel like this in a different book too. Probably. Bilingual. Lingual. Yeah. Okay, so Hope. Yes, yes. Did you see Hope's comment? Yeah. It felt performative. And then it just said, like, Dare, the love of my life, the man of my dreams. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit like judgy today about it. I feel like I'm judging the book a little bit more than normal. Sorry. Maybe it's my mood. I'm a little bit judgy too because I feel like because we read after the first time we read all of these other books and now we're coming back to read it again. Okay. We know what we like and what we don't like now. Yes, Savvy. We're talking about The Right Sign by Nia Arthurs. It's in a pair, but it's a little bit hard to see. This is it's written by a hearing author, but it has a deaf main female character and a hearing male character. It is a romance book. The next book we read is not, it's a psychological thriller, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I have not opened, I got my book, but I've not opened it yet. It's still, I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, I have not opened mine yet. Anyway, so this is it's definitely Readers Book Club that focuses on books with deaf and hard of hearing characters or written by deaf and hard of hearing authors. The next book is written by a hard of hearing author and has a deaf character, two deaf characters in it. Now, Desi is deaf. I'm hard of hearing. I have hearing aids. And so I'm simcomming since we have hearing followers. And then I am voice interpreting for Desi. She is voice off. Desiree. Desi. One second. Okay. Sorry, I have to do a puzzle after an hour on here to make sure that I'm still live. You still want to be live? Yeah. Interesting. Oh, yes, nice to meet you. So, Dare, did you talk to Henry? No. Bye. So she really is not friends with Henry anymore. I can't remember who said this, but the quote is, you learn, oh, her dad. He met her dad. And her dad said, haha, you're right, I like you. Ha, you're fine. You do what? First, you learned ASL for her. Check. You bought all the company to save her. Check. You did not take away her opportunities because you broke up. Check, check. And importantly, most importantly, you helped Henry's grandmother have her surgery she needed. So that Dare was nice enough to give money to help his grandmother, even though Henry was the one who caused all of the problems, all the chaos. And Henry had a chance to get the money or the trust for Yaya and never paid for his grandmother. Yeah. But at the same time, did he really give the money to Yaya after everything happened? I know he set up a trust, but she didn't have the information. So did he really? Because we know he's immature. Your dog wants to share your pickles. Funny. There's one more thing. Okay, so one thing I was really like, she said in the book, she mentioned she had deaf friends at the agency where she worked before. She did not. But you're right. Yes, that. Yes. No. The only person was Henry. Yes, that. Yes, that. So she's saying she has deaf friends there? No. I noticed that too, and I was like, wait. She said in the beginning, only she and Henry were the only two deaf people. And he was a photographer, and she was the model. And then now it's changed. Maybe the author did not edit that part or forget what she said originally. I did like that she said something about like making like friends with June. I felt like, oh, that's sweet. Like she's making more friends. You said it before. So Yaya is not really involved in the deaf community. It seems like she had Henry and then she had her sister Dej and Nico, her niece. But after that, like in her sister is hearing, but you know, she's now the mother of a deaf daughter. And so, but I guess maybe she gets involved with the foundation. I don't know. It sounded like she helped some, but not really involved. Yeah. Um, but I did like that she now has some deaf friends that she hangs out with. Comment that says Jen said, so what kind of books do you reread? So reread books focusing on ones that have deaf and hard of hearing characters or are written by deaf and hard of hearing authors, and we analyze to see if it has good representation or if great representation or bad. So, um, so look for if it has good representation of deaf culture, deaf history. And we recently read some romance, some sci-fi, YA, young adult. Weird psychological thriller is next. And we've read one before too. Mystery, a little bit of the mysteries. It just depends. So every month we give a vote, 2 or 3 choices, and they're all normally different. And this is on Discord that we do the vote, and you can join us there. And it's called Definitely Readers. Yeah. Yeah. Hope said the author needs some help with her backstory and continuity. Yeah. So, Jenna, we have a book list, a list already, and we're adding to it every month or whenever we find new books. Both of us have it in our bios. We also have it on the website, which is definitely, so DEAFinitely readers.com. So we have a website. So you can find it there. You can find it in Discord. You can find it in our bios. We have it pretty much everywhere we have things. So if we find we will add the books there, and normally I think we have them bolded if we've read them already. And then if not, it's just normal. And if we don't feel like it's good representation, we'll delete them off the list. There is a book that is launching next month. It's a Kelly Andrew book. She is a hard of hearing author. This book does have a mute character who signs, and then she's an interpreter, but not specifically a deaf character. And then, but there is ASL representation, so I'm happy to see that. And then the month after that, there is a release of another hard of hearing author, and it's a debut author. 1 minute. And this is a thriller book, or a mystery thriller, maybe. It's called Secrets Don't Stay Buried by J.D. Mills. Secrets Don't Stay Buried. Buried by J.D. Mills. And that releases in April. Hard of hearing author. I recently, yes, has a deaf character. I think it has 2 deaf characters. I did pre-order that book. It is her debut book. So I'm excited about it. I found it on TikTok. I don't know. I think AC Toy followed and like shared or something, and then I found it that way. I'll check it out. Anyway, so specifically, I know those 2 books. So JD, that last one is Secrets Don't Stay Buried by J.D. Mills. It's a hard of hearing author, and it is, I think, it's kind kind of like a psychological mystery thriller. The cover looks cool. Yeah. Do you want to share? Yeah. I'm excited. I pre-ordered. Um, and then the book next month that is releasing is I Am Made of Death by Kelly Andrew. And she has already written 2 other books that we have read the first one. They're the same world, but not a series. So she also wrote, sorry, the iPad fell off. The Whispering Dark. So that book we read with the book club. And this is Your Blood, My Bones. So she normally writes not really horror, kind of. Well, not horror, no, more like dark academia. Yeah. Academia, dark academia. Yeah. This book, that book, the last 2 books have been college. I think it's more as new adult, not really young adult, maybe. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. So understand, this is the same world, one story. This is one story, and this is a different story. And it has a short cameo of these characters. And that book has, The Whispering Dark has a deaf, hard of hearing character. Doesn't sign, right? She signs a little bit. She's more dependent on her cochlear. And then the second, or the other, Your Blood, My Bones, does not have deaf character, but it's written by a hard of hearing author. But next month, we are reading drum roll. AC Toys, The Daisy Chain Reaction. Pretty. So it has extras on the inside that we have not read yet. So I'm excited about that. Ooh, I'm excited about that too. And so it just has a little bit of extras. Okay. So anyway, this book is a psychological thriller. It has 2 deaf characters, both a female and a male. They're dating. They're more of a side character, but they're an important part of the story. So like they're mentioned a lot. So Violet and Cam, I don't remember his sign name. Do you remember? No. I'll have to look again. We have Violet, Rose, May. No, Thorn. And Cam has one, but I don't remember. Anyways, the deaf characters are important to the story. Both of them are important. But the story follows Rose, who is hearing, but uses sign with her sister. And her sister is deaf. So Rose is hearing, Violet is deaf, and they're both sisters. And then May is their best friend. Yeah. So all of them are sisters. All of them use ASL all the time. And like the ASL slang is awesome in the book. It's so good. Anyways, specifically, I don't remember if we finished the discussion because there's 54 chapters. So there's a lot of chapters. Some are short, yes. Do we want to do where... Okay. Yeah, 54. 54. If you add the epilogue, it's 54 if you add it. So it's about 13 chapters every week for March. They are short chapters. They're not very long. So it's possible, but if you feel like it's overwhelming, maybe we'll need to discuss in Discord if we want to do to the middle of April and then do a short book after that. I don't know. How many pages, Desi? 301. Okay, that's fine. That's easy enough. Okay, so 13 chapters every week. It's gonna be, some weeks might be 14 chapters. Because I think it was 13.6. Yes, we can start with 14 chapters if you want. 13.5. So 14 chapters, be fine. I'll set it up tonight, probably tomorrow. We started discussing March 5th, yes. So we'll start March 5th, yes. So the last thing about the right sign, he did that fake runway for her. Do we want to discuss that part where he asked her to marry? It was cute. It was kind of cheesy. I mean, it could have been better. Yeah. She's a model in modeling clothes, what she wore when she met him, but I felt like we could have had her design some clothes or something that involved her too. Well, I know it was supposed to be a surprise for her because he was asking her, like, will you marry me, kind of thing. So he said, like, one of the signs made me laugh. It said, I tasted the agony of losing you once, and I will never put us in that position again. Okay. Knock on wood. Hope said it seemed like he is expressive way to get her attention. Yeah. I felt like he should have done something different. Maybe because he missed the actual modeling job, because he wasn't really there. He saw her, but not really. And then, oh, no. No, hey, that's where the paper was. He gave her a letter that said, you know, dear Yaya, remember when I didn't speak ASL and we had to communicate like this on the paper? He gave her a letter that said everything like he felt. So he still didn't communicate in ASL. That's where I got confused a little bit. I thought she gave him a letter, but no, she just had the contract. I just, I don't know. I would say if you reread this again for the second time with you all, it was meh for me. Meh. I remember we read this and we're just like, oh, it's awesome. And now we're just like, 3. I'm not going to say don't read it, because if you're looking for a sweet romance that has deaf representation, does this match fit? Yeah, it does. It's good representation. It's not. No. But it's better than some we've read. Will I be comparing other books to The Right Sign now? Probably not. Like, my top book will not be The Right Sign now. The top one, quite quiet, beautiful things right now. And the second would be Daisy Chain Reaction. Yeah. This book. And the only reason why you didn't give the Daisy Chain Reaction more is because you wanted more from the deaf characters. I really liked it. I wanted to give it 5, but I was just like, I want more background of Violet. I said it. Violet. So that's why I said 4. So really, now, interesting. I'm curious what will happen, but she is writing the other characters' story now. Yes. The Adventures of Callie Compton was good too. Yes, that was a good one. I really enjoyed that one. And I agree with Hope. Yes, it's always good to keep finding good and better books. Yes. And I will say that a lot of the change in what I'm thinking about in the books is because now, like, I really know more what I want to read and what I'm liking for the deaf representation in books. I just finished another book. It's in the living room. It's a library book that I borrowed, and it's called Tone Deaf. It's a music story, right? About a band. Yeah. It's about a deaf girl, not born deaf, had a brain tumor, and then she had surgery, but oh, that's huge. And so they had to cut some of it. Part of her brain connected with her ear. And so now she is fully deaf. So she learned ASL and all of this, and her mom helped her through that, but excuse me. And then later she went to live with her dad, but she didn't. Her dad's not good. He's not a good person. He's abusive. So her best friend and her go to a concert and she hated it. Why am I here? Why? I can't hear anything. What's the point? And the concert had a raffle. So who was the winner? So it would have a backstage tour with the band, something like that. So she won that, and she was just like, shit. So she met the band, and then the lead singer finds out that she's deaf. You're deaf? You know ASL? She's like, yeah, I know ASL. Well, what is this? And then walked away. And I was like, excuse me? Do it. And so I flipped through and I was like, oh, okay. It's an okay story. It's very juvenile. So, and he's like, sorry. He finds out that she was abused and that triggered him because he experienced that too. And he knows ASL. So, anyways, so he tries to help her escape. And then she joins their RV for a few weeks, their RV tour, and bonds through that. So, 18? She's 17, he's 19. Okay. So, very, very young for me. I felt middle school, but like high school reading. Young adult. I felt like the deaf representation was she lost her hearing at the age 10. Oh, excuse me. So she lost her hearing at the age 10 because of the surgery. So she already knew music was. She was an expert in music herself. And now that she is deaf, that world has changed. So it was interesting. It was different than what we normally read. Okay. But I'm excited for Daisy Chain Reaction. So next week, we're going to read chapters 1 through 13. 14? 14? 13? Let's do 13. Oh, is it prologue? Okay. So the prologue to the end of chapter 13. We'll discuss it March 5th. Sorry. I can't stop. I'm boring you. I know. I'm commenting on everything. No. You're fine. I'm just tired. I'm still tired. All right. So, any last minute comments? Anything that you want to give us? If you're not aware, don't forget tomorrow, don't buy anything if possible. No on anything. Amazon, Walmart, McDonald's. I'm gonna read the court about DEI is tomorrow. It's tomorrow. So it's a little bit political right now for just a minute. If you're interested, you can stay. It's the only thing I will say that is political. Yes. Or support local indie shops and only cash, not not your cards. Okay, it says on February 28th, I'm taking a stand by joining in the economic boycott by refusing to spend, no shopping, eating out, non-essential purchases. Will make it clear to businesses and leaders that they must prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then economic justice. Money talks, and if they won't listen to our voices, maybe they'll feel it in the bottom line. I'll send you the text message. Anyway, so it says no Amazon, but says economic blackout day. No purchases. It's time to disrupt the system. Yeah, so hold on, glossies for another day. Yeah. So we have Mardi Gras at our church Sunday, or no, Saturday night, and I'm supposed to make a salad, and I almost forgot to order. I did forget to order, but Eric picked it up yesterday, so to make sure that we didn't do anything on Friday. No, so no Amazon, no Target, no gas, no DoorDash, nothing but local places. I'm gonna be driving to drop off our kids to their grandparents tomorrow. So eat before or eat after. Yeah. But anyways, that's the only thing I will really talk about. If you want to DM me, that's fine. But we're not talking about anything but books here. However, I really wanted to make sure, if you were not aware of that, that is happening tomorrow, since it deals with deafness. So it's DEI, because it's technically DEIA. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. Yes, that. I found out Sunday, so. Anyways, that, and there is a post. If you want the image, I can put it in Discord if you want the picture, and if you want to share the post, you can. Just let me know, and I will add it to Discord if you would like it. Okay. Any last minute things? Heather, same. Yes, same. I've not been on social media a lot, but I found out from a friend, and she found out from her coworkers. So, yeah. Okay. Anyways, I forgot and it disappeared. I don't know what I was gonna say. So I remember now. So not talking about political, but it's sad news. I don't know if you are all aware. It's heartbreaking. One actress passed away. Michelle Trachtenberg. She passed away Wednesday. That really touched me. Why? She's in the movie Harriet the Spy. Yeah. That movie was the very first thing that made me start writing because I had a journal and I would pretend that I was a spy too, and I would write stories and make up stories, and I still have it in my box, and I've kept it, and I started journaling every day about my personal life. That is the reason, and it touched me. No, really? So she had liver transplant surgery, and then later she went home and she passed away at home. Mm. Yeah, and she did. Yeah. She was in that Ice Princess. It's one of my favorite movies. Yeah. That was a good movie. She was in a lot of good movies like growing up. It's so hard to see. Like, yeah. Mm. Well, I remember, so one of my favorite actresses who passed away, I think it's 2 years now, Shannon Doherty, in Charmed. One of my favorite actresses, and she was very much like supported. She had cancer, and that she much supported everything with that. Anyway, she's our age. She's 39. Okay, really similar age. I'm 37. I know that. She's our age. A few more years before I'm 40. But, yeah. But now I feel like, oh, looking back, wow. I started writing because of that character. And now I want to feel like I'm going to go to my mom's house and I'm going to find that journal with stories that I write. Yeah. So March we'll be reading Daisy Chain Reaction by AC Toy. This is a hard of hearing author, and it has two deaf characters. Two. Well, Cam is hard of hearing, but he signs, and he has hearing aids. Violet is deaf. Yeah. So I'm excited. Yes. I want to watch that movie now. Can you find it? It's read only, but part of me wants to find that VHS that I have because it was orange and it came with a spy kit at that time. So when we had VHS and VCRs. So, okay, really, really short, really fast. My favorite, not my, okay. I had 3 favorite movies growing up. Rigoletto. Yes, 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 yes. It's my favorite version of Beauty and the Beast because you know that's what it is. Um, oh, love that movie. Um, uh, the Rogue Stallion. It's an Australian movie. Oh, it's so good. Oh, and they have a disability. Like the character, one of the main characters has a disability. Two of the main characters have them. Um, and then the third one is the PBS of A Little Princess with and the girl like is like perfect match to the book. Like it's so good. The PBS one is 2.5 hours. They released the DVD and it's only 2 hours. They took out part of the movie, and like the VHS has it, the DVD does not. They always do that. They always delete things, and it made me so mad when I realized that. Anyways, we have a VCR still. It works, and sometimes I watch my own movies. Which movie? Hope. Rigoletto. I will say that the Disney version of A Little Princess, they kept the dad alive. No, that's not how the book goes. And the whole point of the book is that he died. Ugh. Don't get me started with that movie. Awful. Okay, Desi, the next time we hang around, you are going to watch the real Little Princess. Maybe on our book retreat. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Yes, not Desiree. Disney had one. Yes. The girl had curly, light brown hair. The girl is supposed to have black hair and it's supposed to be straight. And then green eyes. Yes, the PBS one had it. PBS Family had it. Anyway, I like the Disney one. Okay, that's fine. You can. I will say The Secret Garden is good. The Disney one of The Secret Garden was good. Anyways, now I want to watch those movies. But okay. Anything else? All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I know we were supposed to do it last night, but it seemed like it was a great time tonight. So wonderful. And happy reading. Bye. Read this book.